Alright, heading in here to a custom pack game, which I think is really, really cool. And I think you should watch it with me here. I played this game trying to complete the, what's it called? Custom mode gauntlet, I guess you could say. Made by Grounded Sap. Where you get a bunch of, oh well, 5 different custom packs. And the goal is to beat them all in a row. You can see the pack I'm going for here. It is a packed, actually, packed. It's a pack, actually, let me just check the name here. Alright, we're back. It is a pack called Push 3.0 that I was playing. The first one. So, in the gauntlet, I guess. I have not had success with the gauntlet from the few attempts I've had, but I did have success with this exact game, and so I really want to show you here. You see me rolling past double marmoset last turn, not realizing that in this pack, it is set up for, obviously, pushing, since it's called Push 3.0. We have Panther Eggplant. We have, well, an Elk and Starfish. Level 3 tier 1 cell, tier 1 pivot, which is what I was trying to go for. We have Iguana Seahorse, Pineapple, so definitely some push pets, Toad, and very big Ibex. Very big for that. And also Albatross. So yeah, some really good, you know, pets obviously for the for a push build, which is definitely what we're going for here. And you will see this push build have a lot of success, and well, maybe not a lot, but some really cool success. Why has it? What? Hello? I'm sorry. Let's just rewind that. That is, I guess, a glitch. Yeah, because I definitely don't. Yeah, I got another. Sorry, a different. What's it called? Not level up. Yeah, level up, tier up. I guess reward here than it showed last time. I guess there was a bit of a glitch there. I don't know how that happened. We take an Anteater, just kind of trying to set up for a level 3, level 3 marmoset here, tier 1 cell unit. Well, it doesn't have to be tier 1, but those are the easiest to get to level 3 quickly, which we obviously want here because we want to level up into Elk, which would allow me to have some massive stats. Or sorry, sell this marmoset for a bunch of gold, which would then allow me to have big stats with the Starfish and, you know, bunch of stats, bunch of gold, even more stats, good abilities, all the stuff that we like. Now, it is going to be quite a long game, so I could have skipped a lot of it, but I think it's worth showing from the start here. And if you want to skip forward, you can just do that. But you'll see how I'm starting to set up here. I find the Iguana perfect. I have a Chihuahua going. Start a battle, push the most healthy enemy 2 spaces forward. This is great Chihuahua because it allows me to push the most healthy enemy and then deal 4 damage to it. And then with Pineapple, 2 more damage to it. And that works 3 times now, Pineapple. And that's why I take Seahorse here, because it allows me to push the last enemy 1 space forward. It's really weird because I have not used Seahorse in forever. Like, well, I guess since it was made a custom pack only pet. Because it used to be in, I think, Star Pack. And it used to be quite strong as a tier 1. Same ability. So I think, yeah, 1 less HP, I guess, but that doesn't make a big difference. I don't think a lot of people are using Seahorse. I think it's a very rarely used ability. Luckily we win here, barely. And you can already see the Iguana kind of going, you know, working well. Chihuahua is going to hit the most healthy enemy or push it forward, I guess. And then Iguana is going to deal 6 damage to it, which is really good here. So it's quite strong combo we've already got going. The problem normally is that it really, like, these push teams really fall off in the late game. But well, you'll see. You will see. There's oh, this is satisfying, by the way. Look at the Pineapple hitting that and then allowing me to win. I guess I would have won anyways, but that's Ryan Shadow actually, by the way. Which apparently is, like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who Ryan Shadow is. I've seen people be like, oh, that's Ryan Shadow. I don't know who they are. They probably have a YouTube channel. I should probably check it out. But I don't know. I've just seen other videos where people are like, oh, that's them. And I don't know. Never heard of them. Well, I have heard of them, but I don't know from where. See here, popping this coconut, very satisfying. Allowing us to get a ton of early wins here. Also just like a lot of stats going on. Reducing their team to nothing, getting a bunch of stats myself. That's what we like. Now here I make a stupid mistake in a moment. I mean, this is fine. There's an argument for putting milk on Marmoset since I do need to have 10 attack for this the starfish to work. Triple if Soul Pet has at least 10 attack, and you definitely want it to triple. The problem is this mistake here of elk stack instead of just selling cow for it. I don't know what I was thinking. It's fine though. Because I actually think it allows us to draw this turn. 6 damage here, perfect math. And yeah, with the cow I was actually allowed to draw. And you'll actually see here, that's pretty funny. Let's watch that one again. Let's go back to this one here. And you'll see I'm going against Tom Gome. Interesting. That is a very controversial figure in the SAP community. And I have a feeling this is not the last we've seen of him. We level up into Albatross, absolutely perfect. This allows my tier 4 lower friend, which would be my Iguana, to deal 3 damage extra per hit. So you just want this, what's it called? You want the Iguana to get as many hits as absolutely possible. Here we're saving the bacon, trying to get Marmoset up to those 10 attack. Really hoping here to be able to find a, what's it called? Be able to find starfish so I can make this Marmoset actually work. But you'll see in this battle, they have a bad dog, flea, vampire bat team going. Chihuahua pushes vampire bat to the front. Now suddenly, even though it like wastes the Iguana trigger because of the potato, there's it like the flea doesn't work here, and I'm not fleed when Great One summons. Meaning when it summons, my Iguana hits it, actually kills it, and there's like nothing left here, and so I'm actually barely able to win that perfectly. That is beautiful. Alright, so here we just really want that starfish, right? And I do find one, so I could, in theory, sell the elk and then buy the starfish this turn. However, I mean, I think it's more gold. It's like 6 extra gold. No, okay, no. No, it is. 6 sell value of 1 random sell friend, which is your only sell friend, by 2 gold for each of their levels. So 3 gold times 2, which would be 6 gold. So that's 6 gold. Whereas if I sold the elk and bought the starfish this turn, instead of rolling down 1, right, I would be saving next turn 1 gold. Yeah, so that's a net increase of 5 gold, which is definitely more worth it to not sell the elk this turn here. You also see I keep Chihuahua, and that you see there's a very good decision because boom, starfish, chocolate, perfect. Now I can actually get level 2 starfish before I sell my Marmoset, allowing me to get you know, like level if it has 10 attack, sorry, or over 10 attack, it triples the ability. Well, now it triples and then doubles that again, which is great. So that's a ton of stats you'll see come out here, although I do end up losing, which is a shame. Probably should move the Iguana to the back, I don't know. Now I sell the Albatross, I was about to say, no, the elk. I level here, level up into Lionfish Cat, not really what I'm looking for. Boom, there we go. Now we're gonna get 6/6 in stats on all my units. Look at that change. That's so many more stats we get here, which is perfect. And we can sell my, what's it called? We get a bunch of, oh, you see here. I'm like at no gold, but because my elk, my Marmoset now sells for 25 gold, which is insane. So I'm able to sell this, get 28 gold, and then starfish sells for 2. Getting up to 30 gold, which is the max amount of gold. So max gold Really good here. I get Alpaca in because I realize I can get an instant level 2 Chihuahua this way. I get another Alpaca for it, which allows me to get 1 XP or XP on whatever I put in here. And here we level up into Ibex, which of course is exactly what we want. Further pushed, so pushed would be remove 70 health from it. Oh, sorry, 70% health from it. Absolutely great. This ability on the Ibex absolutely crushes big stats opponents. And we get another Albatross, and now we're just, we're smoothing really. That's what we are. Absolutely beautiful. Level 2 Albatross. We find another one. And we just pop a pair on the end there. And you see here, bunch of stats here. Like this looks, oh god, this looks kind of scary. I mean, Mantis Shrimp is going to, level 3 Mantis Shrimp actually is going to take out the Chihuahua, take out the Ibex, and then the Skeledog will really just like pound through the rest of my team. Or at least it seems like that. But what happens is that because of my, because of my Ibex still triggering, because of my Chihuahua moving the most healthy enemy, which is the Skeledog, and then my Ibex, even though it's dead, it still works. Removing the stats from it and having Iguana hit for 6 damage plus the 6 damage here, so that's 12, plus the 3 damage here, that's 15, plus the extra 2 damage from the Pineapple, 17 damage. Ibex triggers, removes 12 damage. Now Skeledog is tiny, and I'm actually able to get through here. That's so beautiful. The power of push teams, huh? There's really a lot of synergies with it. It's surprisingly strong. Here, the reason I'm saving up all these chocolates and not taking the level on the Ibex immediately, well, first of all, is because there's really no reason to level Ibex since I only have 1 push in my team here, and that is my Chihuahua. So really, that is kind of problematic. I only have 1 push, and I did choose to sell my Seahorse quite early in the game. So what am I gonna do about this? This is kind of a conundrum. I could try and get Seahorse going again. Is there any other things that push? It doesn't look like it. I can't seem to find it, but you may remember early in the game what I said. There's one more thing you can do, which isn't super obvious, but it's really strong. Panther with Eggplant. Panther, 2 times stronger abilities, basically repeats the abilities more times, which means that Eggplant would repeat again, push enemy 1 space forward. So I can basically spam Panther, and it is going to spam Eggplants on the opponent's team. Push, 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 push. Keep pushing, which would allow Ibex to get a bunch of triggers, allow my Iguana to get a bunch of triggers, and you will see that get going. But that's why I'm saving up my, what's it called? That's why I am saving up on my chocolates, because I really want to level my, what's it called? Panther that I'm going to get instead of my Ibex, actually, at least currently. Completely remove the stats on this Rootling here. Cool to see a Rootling going. And some great math allowing me to win here. And you'll see, like, you're kind of maybe wondering, why is it going to go so late? Or why is this video so much longer than it already is? Or like, so shouldn't you win soon? The thing is, I have 4 lives and 7 wins. And even though it looks really good, the problem with these types of teams is that they can really fall off in the late game if they're not really well set up. Actually, skip an Eggplant there, thankfully find another one. Find my Panther at the same time. Absolutely beautiful. And now there's also another Ibex. I'm getting exactly what I want here. And we are looking to do some great stuff. Let's see here. This is a ostrich hamster build. I don't think I'm going to be able to take out this one, especially because of Ammonite. Ammonite's so strong, man. And of course, there's also a 16 mana snipe on top of that, so I had no chance that one. Can you already see it start to look a bit scary here? Eggplant now is going to trigger 2 times, which of course is great. Getting those Ibex levels, because now that we have a bunch of pushes, we want Ibex to get leveled up as many times as possible to maximize the amount of triggers it has. And look at this look at this battle. This battle is really cool. And honestly, almost all the battles from here on are really cool. So just settle down. It's going to be a bit of explaining. We're going to go slowly through this, but I think you're going to enjoy it. All right, so what we have here is a classic, or well, I say a classic, but really a pretty damn cool team of Bat Tiger giving my entire team weakness, and then Woodpecker Tiger just absolutely destroying it, triggering a bunch of times, really taking advantage of the +3 damage, because you're +3ing that damage over and over and over again. Absolutely looks like it's going to destroy my team, right? Well, what happens here is because of my Panther, I'm able to move the tiger in front. Oh, but I move it back again. That's problematic, right? No, and what's going to happen here? No, the reason that's not problematic is because we have Chihuahua, which is going to move the most healthy enemy 3 spaces forward. Well, that's going to be this bad, right? So, as you'll see here, after I just remove all the stats on the Woodpecker Tiger, oh no, I'm absolutely screwed, right? Boom. There we go. Move their bat in front of their Woodpecker. Now their Woodpecker is going to take their bat is going to take a bunch of damage also. And I have a bunch of, I have now moved the bat so that Iguana now shoots it or snipes it. And now, boom, there we go. We're actually able to win that one. That's insane. That's so cool. And now, literally, the entire shop phase is just level ups. We're just looking for level ups, and I guess stats. But we have no scaling, so we have to win pretty damn quickly here. Here we also have a really interesting battle. So look at this team. This is a 50 health Bulldog on a 50 attack Crab with a Magosaurus and Caterpillar. This is so weird, right? So the Crab is going to steal the health of the Bulldog. And then Caterpillar, I guess, is going to transform it. So now we're going to have like two 50-50s in front, I guess is the idea. And then a Bulldog in the back here. This is such a interesting team here. Also with Amagosaurus, which I feel like is a bit too OP, but that's for another day. So we have Panther triggering. But it seems like alright, right? Because my team is really set up for, you know, taking out these types of teams. But you'll see, this is a really weird map battle here. So I move their things with my Panther here a bunch. My Iguana goes to snipe, and it does snipe a bunch, but it does not snipe the Crab twice here. And Ibex removes the health from the Crab, right? So it's like, it looks super good here. But notice, the Crab still hasn't triggered. And I'm not sure why it triggered so late. I guess it's because what we're looking at here is Eggplant is for before battle, while this is start of battle. So the Eggplant triggers first. And then enemy hurt or pushed on an Ibex here, and even Iguana, enemy summoned or pushed, is going to work in conjunction with this Eggplant before battle, before it's going to work with the Crab. Really interesting, right? So what we have here is that now it's going to restore its health to 50, meaning there's still a 50-50 here, which is pretty horrible. Although I'm going to push it, so it looks great, right? My Ibex has one more trigger, so it can work on it. No? Ibex does nothing? I heard it, but then Amagosaurus just heals it back up again, and nothing happens. Ibex is not going to trigger because it only works on 2 different enemies per battle. And if you remember from the start of the battle, I already pushed it once here, and then hit it, and then Ibex already worked on Crab. Really interesting battle, right? So the Crab just keeps getting healed back up again, and the Ibex does not trigger on the Crab, meaning that I am going to lose this battle. What a match. I was so confused after this. I was like, what in the world just happened? That's what happened. Wow. What a battle. I actually recorded that as a clip by itself because I thought it was so wild. However, when I won this, I decided that I want to show it off on YouTube too. Now here, this is pretty horrible. We push things back and forth, and it looks like we're just going to absolutely destroy this team. However, like, because it has a bunch of summons, and I mean, I have Iguana, so that's great, right? But not quite, not quite. And now we're down to 8 wins and 1 life, and I thought it was kind of over at this point, I'm gonna be honest. I did not have much hope, so I tried to get some health stats, some general stats on my units, since I didn't expect to get a Panther level that quickly. And you'll see here, this is also a kind of an interesting team. So this is a cult, spend 2 mana to give nearest friend behind permanent 9/9, right? So it's going to give a bunch of stats to the amalgamation because it's going to summon from the mushroom. So this amalgamation is going to get larger, and then Winter Spirit is going to give the mana also to the occult from the start. And then we have a Tarantula Hawk plus Tiger, which is to remove all the health from my team. Really interesting build here. However, I'm just able to push it a bunch here and just deal so much damage. I mean, 17 damage, boom, 27 damage off there. So satisfying. Sniping all their things, not allowing amalgamation to work here. Actually, why did it not trigger there? I feel like amalgamation should have triggered, right? So what happens here is Occult gives it, yeah, I guess health stat, and then health stat again because it triggers twice because of the tiger. And then another occult summons out here. Oh, but then I guess because my iguana has more attack, it goes before the amalgamation, meaning it won't trigger the amalgamation won't trigger on it. Really interesting. Okay. And then here I am able to draw barely, and you'll see how it's going so late here. And we actually roll into a panther, which is pretty good. We roll into another panther and then another chocolate, which is really nice here. So I'm just trying to get pizza because I just need to survive this turn. A chocolate is not really going to help me this turn. However, a level is going to help me a lot next turn, so I'm just saving up for that. Or I'm still freezing all of this stuff here. And here, this also, again, probably the type of team that you really want to see. The type of team where, let's see here what actually gets hit by the Mandrake. I don't even know if the Mandrake gets to trigger if I just take it out. It seems like the type of team that like I would lose against almost, because you're like immediately, okay, a bunch of stats from these Stegosauruses, I have barely any stats, it's over. But then what happens is that I guess I just snipe like everything here. You can just see everything getting sniped. And then it's actually enough to draw because I bought this pie. Oh my god, and now it's going super late. And instead of just taking this pizza again, as I said, I would rather have a level up because I think a level up is better. There is cat to get scaling, but I didn't really, the situation didn't really call for it. My build is pretty locked in here. There's no way to change it around. I guess I could get rid of my Chihuahua, but even my Chihuahua feels pretty important here. And this is the battle I really want to show off. Look who we have here. Tom Gome. Yeah, that's right. Tom Gome. Oh my god. Running just a sad dung beetle team with Farmadog and Anubis. Just been done a bajillion times. So boring. However, we are in a situation where, I mean, okay, I'm gonna be honest, it looks like it's over. I mean, these dung beetles are going to immediately kill anything on my team, so that's 2 snipes that are going to destroy them there. Frostwolf is going to... Actually, wait, I might have a chance, right? And depending on maybe what these hits, to least healthy enemy, I mean, that's going to be my pen. That's actually pretty good. And suddenly, it's starting to seem like maybe I have a shot. And look at this. Now this Anubis actually does turn the Farmadog into another Anubis. That's actually kind of cool. I haven't actually thought that. But I managed to, before the Anubis even triggers, I managed to kill this dung beetle, meaning that it kills my panther, which doesn't really matter, right? And I've like moved things so much. And then my dung beetle hits my sorry, what's it called? Albatross. But it's alright, because the Albatross still helps the iguana trigger. I think it helps the trigger. I'm not actually fully sure. I think it helps the trigger, though. And suddenly, boom, there we go. I survive on 1 HP, and I take down Tom Gome. Look at this. Like, this absolute meta, boring team versus Push Mania. And I actually managed to take down first time trying this push build, and I take down Tom Gome. So satisfying, so satisfying. All right, one more victory to go. This is it for all the marbles, I guess you can say. There's no more leveling to be done. So instead of buying this pizza, I realized at this point, by the way, this is like only now I think, oh wait, I can just pop eggplants on my units, so maybe I shouldn't have been buying those stats. I think those stats actually helped me take down Tom Gome, maybe, but yeah, I can just buy eggplant, get another trigger for my iguana, and I mean, sure, my pineapple is getting used up, but even then, it's 9 damage plus 6 damage. That's equal to 15 damage snipe that I'm getting from this eggplant, from buying this eggplant. Definitely seems worth it. Although I am setting up next turn for, I guess that would be, what's it called? Just static. But I think, no, okay, so this is not going to be the last team. I am going to absolutely destroy a lot of their stuff. Look at this, 93, 91 Behemoth with Air Palm Tree, meaning that it's going to get coconut, right? Looks so formidable, but my Ibex and my Chihuahua then hits it. Ibex, which has a trigger left, gets its stats down, 64 stats removed, down to 27, and it's actually, I'm actually able to get through it. Actually, I think that was pretty important with the Badger again, maybe. I'm not really sure how that math works, but maybe the Ibex triggering again was pretty damn important here. And there we go, managed to get a draw. Incredibly late here. Just pumping some stats on my units. I guess, really, maybe I should have been looking for eggplants, I don't know. What's better here? Although, I actually do find an eggplant, so it's perfect. And obviously I could remove the pie and put eggplant on an Ibex and have been, if I'd been looking for them, gotten 2 eggplants this turn. Unlikely, but possible. However, honestly, this pie has saved me like so many times, so I just pop another eggplant on here. It's just going to help get my, what's called, iguana another snipe, which is perfect. And then look at this. I want to go through this slowly. I mean, I've already been going through it slowly, but this is just the absolutely most beautiful team that you could go against with my type of team. Look at the stat difference. Almost 100-100 here. 50-50, 30-30s. This is like so strong. This is incredibly strong. And my team, I mean, my biggest unit is my Chihuahua with 27-29. This looks like it's just going to be an absolute bloodbath on my side. But look at this. I have Ibex. I have a ton of health removing things. I have a ton of pushes. I have a ton, like my iguana plus my albatross is going to deal 17 or 15 damage. Like, this is just, it looks like the type of team where I would lose, but then you look at my abilities, and then suddenly, no, this is actually the perfect team to go against. And you'll see here, look at all these pushes. Just absolutely beautiful. 70 health removed here. 17 damage snipe. 10 damage removed. 17 damage, 15 damage. Pop that melon. 15 damage. Kill their backline behemoth there. Move that again. 15 damage. Allow my Chihuahua now to get through it. And it's just like nothing left. And I win. What a beautiful, beautiful game here. Like, I think this is genuinely one of the coolest games I've ever had. Turn 21. Went super late. Got super intense with the health. And yet I managed to get through. Beat Tom Gome. Beat my haters. I guess the hater of all custom players was trying to do something interesting. With this, I mean, not super creative, but, you know, at least a lot more interesting and very much synergistic. Very, very synergistic. What's it called? A push team here. Thanks to Grounded Saps, Gauntlet randomizer, I guess, or Gauntlet custom pack Gauntlet randomizer, maybe you can call it. All right. I will thank you so much for watching. I think this has been a very, very fun experience. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it didn't go too long for you. And I guess subscribe for more of this type of content. Actually, it might not at all be this type of content. We'll see. It doesn't matter. I'm having fun. All right. Goodbye. Bye. And thank you.